everybody. I'm Steven.
Hello everybody, I'm Rizwan.
And we're Cardboard Coalition. Today we figured we'd give you a review of Raiders of the North Sea by Renegade Games Studios. We have done a how to play. We did a playthrough, which the video got kind of messed up, so there's only 2/3 of it there. Thanks for everybody who watched it, and if you didn't see the ending, Resvon won. I lost. So 53-49, Resvon won. So we got no angry chicken out of that. But yeah, we figured we would just do a quick review of Raiders of the North Sea. So let's go ahead and start with things that we like. What's something you like about Raiders of the North Sea, Resvon?
I like a lot of things about that because at the first it's strategic game, yeah,
Yeah.
and it don't need more you be lucky, and it don't need a chance. This game about strategy, you must think about that, you must play, and you must have a plan for play that. And I like it because it need time more than 1 hour for play that game, and it's make you so fun. It's make you so happy, funny for more than 1 hour.
Okay. Yeah, you have to think about your moves. There are some dice involved, but it's to add some extra points. But you have to think about kind of what you want to do. And there's three things that start the end phase, right? One of them is no more Valkyries left on the board. One of them is the Earl tiles or the Jarl tiles. I forget what they're called. The tiles, those running out. And then the last one is if there's only one fortress left across the top of the map. So if you're thinking about it and you're kind of looking where the points are at, you can try to end the game at a certain point, or you can work towards that goal. I tried to end the game by getting the fortresses, but unfortunately, Resvon was ahead of me on points. I wasn't counting points properly. And when you get the favors from the Jarl, you flip them upside down so the other players don't know how many points you have there. They'd have to pay attention when you get them. So yeah, there's definitely some strategy in there you have to think about. It's not just rolling dice. There is some dice to roll, which gives you some extra military might to kind of win things, but yeah. And then the time, it took us an hour and a half to get through it. But remember, we're playing it with remotely, in a sense. Resvon is in Toronto, and I'm here in the States. So when I'm going through and doing her moves for and collecting up her stuff and making sure everything's working, I'm not thinking about what I want to do next. So that kind of slows us down. But if I remember, let's see on the box, it says 60 to 80 minutes. We played it in 90 minutes, basically, when we did the playthrough. So, I mean, it could vary. I think if everybody was physically sitting here moving things around and doing stuff, that would shave some time off. Me not thinking about my move until it's my turn to move, then I have to stop and think. I know there were a couple times, if you watched the playthrough, that I kind of was sitting there going, okay, what do I want to do now? So yeah. What about the art? What did you think about the art?
Wow, it's so good. It's so good because it's so beautiful cards, and maybe it can be a little bit better, but it's so good for this time. This game so good. Yeah.
Okay, you like the art? I like the art too. It's definitely a style. I can't remember the name of the artist, but they definitely have a style. I think it's the same artist that does Architects of the West Kingdom and games like that. I really like the art. I like the style that they chose to use. What do you think about the theme, Reswan? The theme is like what you're doing in the game. So in that game, we were raiding, right? We were being Vikings and we were going and stealing stuff, raiding other Viking homes. What did you think about that?
I don't understand. Please tell me again.
So It's the language thing, we know. And like I've said in previous videos, when Reswan talks, it sounds like she has English down pretty well, and she does, but there's words that slip her. Theme means what the game's about, what's going on in the game, right? So in this game, maybe you didn't notice the theme, but we're Vikings and we're running around and we're raiding places to try to gather as many points as we can. So it's kind of the point to this game. Did you notice that at all? The story? You can think of it as like the story of the game.
Mm, sorry, I still don't understand. I'm so sorry, but I think you said what I don't like about this game or not?
Not yet. I was talking about kind of themes. It's okay. Um, I I would say theme wise, I like it. It's fun. You kind of you're just out there raiding, right? You're running up the coast. You're trying to work your way up from the harbor to the outposts to the monasteries, and then up to the fortresses. And you're trying to just get as much plunder, right, as you can, and bring it back to your village, right? I think it's fun. I think it works. It feels like you're being a Viking in a sense when you grab all those little wooden tokens and you bring them back and you divvy them out and you have all this kind of stuff there. So for sure that is I think the theme comes through in it, but Resvon likes the game, and I don't know if she necessarily picked up the theme of the game. I think she just likes what's called the mechanics, my love. The what you physically do, like put something down, pick something up, try to get points here, try to get points there. So I think Reswan likes the mechanics of the game. What do you think about Reswan? How the game plays? The put down a meeple, pick up a meeple, right?
Yeah, it's good because it's how you must do attention about a lot of parts of this game. Where you want to go, what you need, how much point you have, how you can give more than this point. Uh, it's so good because you need all the time. I need this much meat, gold, and this much soldiers in my ship. You all the time you must think what you want to do. Then it's better now when you do that. When you do that attack and like this, it's so funny. For this, I like it. This part, I like it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the mechanics are fun. There's different ways that you can get points. When someone dies on your crew, you get you move up the Valkyrie tracks. You can still get points there, so it's still fun. Um, but I would say I feel like this game it's really fun, and it's a laid back kind of calm. You wouldn't think that because you're raiding, right? Raiders of the North Sea. But I feel like it's very calm. Put this down, pick this up. I want to do this so I can do this next thing on my next turn. And it feels very relaxing how you go through it. And you could see that as good or bad, but I kind of like the relaxed nature of the game for sure. Is there anything else that you liked about the game that you want to add, Reswan?
Deadpool, I like
You like
Deadpool.
that? She,
Oh, I like all the parts, and I say you don't need chance. Sometimes you need chance. For example, when you shake your dice,
yeah.
yes, you need be lucky. Just two parts. When you give card, it needs chance, not any chance. Yes, sometimes you need be lucky in this game, and I like it. No, I don't want to say anything. It's so funny. I hope you enjoy this game.
Yeah, Deadpool, what she's referring to is the Berserker. There's a Berserker where if they die on a raid, instead of going to the discard pile, so you can't use anymore, they go into your hand and you can pay to get them back on your ship. which is really fun. And Resvon calls him Deadpool, and she really likes that card. Um, is there anything that you didn't like about the game, Resvon?
Oh, before this, we played together this game,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't understand how I can have a lot of points and what I must to do the end because it had a lot of rules. This
Mm-hmm.
game, sometimes it's not bad. It's not bad, but it's better don't have this much rules. If you have this 1 point, if you did that 1 point, you
Mm-hmm.
know, all everywhere it's give you point, 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 and you don't know what you're doing. You know, it's have a lot of rules. If you have this cards, give you, for example, 4 points. If you have this much gold and silver and something like this, you give that one. You know, it's have a lot of things together, and you must attention about, for example, 5 part of that game. 5 points. That card have a point. People have a point, for example. Everything have a point, and sometimes you forget something. You know?
Yeah, there's a lot of parts. There's different ways to get points. You have your armor track, you have your Valkyrie track, you have the regular victory point track for raiding, and then rolling and getting a certain military might. Then you get so many points based on how high you can get your military might up. So, and then at the end, there's counting the gold and the iron and the livestock, and then you can have crew members from your ship that give you extra points at the end of the game. So there's a lot of points to try to understand. So it definitely has. I don't know. Maybe some people say it's an entry level, but I think it's a good worker replacement. It might be a little bit higher than an entry level kind of worker replacement, um, or worker replacement. But I don't think it's that high. Once you get the rules down and understand, I think it's a lot easier. I guess once you understand anything, it's a lot easier, right? But I think the rules come after playing through it once or twice. You kind of understand the rules, and then it becomes easier to play through. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Exactly, exactly. Maybe it's too hard for me. Maybe because I'm here, I play online game,
Yeah.
and it's maybe sometimes hard for me. But sometimes people, I didn't attention about some things in this game. I didn't have. And then I said, oh, I need to army, I need to that, I need to this. It's yeah about that I say.
Yeah, and
But I
well,
like
what's that?
But I like it.
You like it? Yeah, I definitely like it too.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
there's still there's it's called a language gap, right? So there's a space between the language that you understand and the language you don't understand, right? There's that space there, and I think that makes it a little difficult. You're playing catch up with that, right? I think if this game was put out in Farsi or Persian, it would be easier for you to understand. But I still think it takes a little bit to wrap your head around what you can do in what spot and how you can get points. That's for sure. So the one, I don't know if it's really a negative. I really do enjoy this game, but the setup, it takes a bit of time to set up, and it's probably faster if you have more people. But you have to grab bag out all the different stuff, and you lay it out across the board all the way down. All that plunder you have to set up. So it takes, I think, a little bit to set up. You get faster, of course, the more that you set it up and stuff. But I think that would be um, the only negative. I don't need to have blood and violence in all my games. I do like having blood and violence. That's fun. Resvon doesn't know yet, but we're gonna play another game that's similar in theme. So it's gonna be Vikings too, but there's a lot of blood and guts and fighting in that one. So we're gonna play that one for sure. But there's something very tranquil about playing this game. Um, you just kind of relax and you play through it. But so I do like it, but I think that the one negative, if you could say, it really would be um, setting up the game. That takes a bit. And there's some expansions. There's two expansions, and I really kind of want to get because the other Viking game that we're gonna play, I have the expansions for. But this one, I want to get some of the expansions. I think it'll be fun. It'll give us more things that you can do for points and stuff, Reswan. That's what the expansion for this game does. But it will be fun to pick up. So, final thoughts. Anything else you want to add about the game, Reswan?
No.
No?
What?
Is there anything else you want to say about the game?
No. I like it. It's so good. No challenge with other play game. Other
Mm-hmm.
people, for example, me and you, we don't have challenge in this game together. Oh, I want this, I want that.
Yeah.
It's don't make challenge between that people play together. One people try to make better herself, that other people try to make better herself, and it's so good because it's no fighting game. Yeah.
Yeah. There's not a lot of in games. There's a thing called take that. It means you're doing stuff to um, kind of be mean to the other player. You could do it a little bit. Remember, I took some coins from you. I played that one card and took some coins from you. You can, but this one definitely it's very light on it compared to other games where there's more take that in it. So, if you were to rate this game between 1 and 10 or 0 and 10, what would you rate this game?
I give 8.
An 8. Nice. Yeah. I think I would give it an 8 too. Oh, you're still there. I thought I heard a noise. Didn't know if we lost her. I would give it an 8 too. I really like it. I'm excited to get my hands on the expansions to try to see how those work. I've heard that they're really good. It's Fields of something I can't remember, and then there's Mead. I know that there's like the Mead Hall one, but it'll be interesting. Maybe we'll do a video talking about the expansions and how they play. But that's it. As usual, help us grow the coalition by liking, subscribing, commenting, and thanks for stopping by. Bye.